Hi everyone, let's talk about the PFM preparation today on the maxillary central incisor. And today's example will be performed on the Kilgore typodont. We want to make sure that we have 2 millimeters of incisal reduction and 1 to 1.5 millimeters of lingual clearance. The facial reduction in the incisal 1/3 should be approximately 1.5 millimeters. And the axial depth, or the width of the shoulder on the facial, is a butt joint. It should be 1 to 1.2 millimeters. As we transition the shoulder interproximally, it goes through a beveled shoulder area and then transitions into a chamfer. The axial wall height on the lingual is 1.5 millimeters, and the lingual fossa should be concave. This is a fairly straightforward preparation, but is challenging at times because of the fact that it's so straightforward and it's right there in the front of the mouth for everyone to see. Let's take you through the steps of this often challenging preparation and try to make it a little easier. Every high-speed shank is 1/6. Every high-speed shank is 1.6, so it's about the same as the shank. There's a little kind of tapered area in between right there. See that? Yeah. So it's actually that level and that level are about the same level. I'll try.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, student dental Olympics. Here we go. Okay, so we can take a measurement of that with something.
Orange is 4?
Yeah. I'm okay with it. Maybe a little under, but I'm okay with it. So step 1 done. Step 2. Fix it. Okay. So we're going to go for how much clearance here? 1.5? The burn's held pretty steep. Once again, don't worry about the edges. You're going to remove that anyway.
For this step, I mean, we're not really doing depth cuts as much as we're just removing.
Right. Because you know depth cuts are only work if it's touching when you start. But you see nothing. This is 1 millimeter. Got a ways to go. There we go. That's almost enough. You're good here, but not quite enough on the mesial side, so a little more. Okay, I think that looks awesome. All right, now. Hey, which burr? Same burr. How cool is that? Now watch the angles. See the burr is lifting off the tooth here. And leaning back. You want to get to it, right? Okay, now we're going to go ahead and start cutting away the in-between parts. Just work my way down. You can use the burr at an angle like this too. It does a good job of removing irregularities. Yeah. Okay, so we broke in contact, so now let's go. The 878K is going to give you the ideal taper, and you can kind of work it down the prep to get the margins started. Work it down the axial walls towards the gingival. Okay, so I'm looking at the taper, and it looks a little over tapered, but not a problem. Here it is. Start from the top, Work your way down. Don't hit the lateral, okay? Just push it straight through like that. Do the same thing on the mesial. See how it just goes straight back? Straight back. Straight back. Okay? You don't over taper it like this. Don't lay it against the tooth. Not like that, okay folks? But hold it upright. So what you can do is you can hold the burr here, make your finger rest, and pick up the burr and bring it to the other side. And that's how a milling machine works. We can do it also. There's some things we need to address. One of them is this funny bump here. Funny bump gone. And you look at the sharp edges on the facial, right? See the sharp corners? You need to fix those. Keep in mind that it's the angle between the gingival and the root that's the critical angle. So you notice that the burr is leaving the axial. You know, I'm not going this way, am I?
So it's only towards the back of the
Right, because I'm focusing on the finish line. Because if the finish line is 1 millimeter to 1.2, I can make, and it's at the right location in the right form, everything can be made to draw from there. because there will be undercuts when you do this, and you have to remove them. Look from the side, because you know that they're going to be judging that. So make sure that it follows the contour with a little more reduction in the incisal third, as we've been mentioning. Okay, so we're getting a lot better, a lot better. 8847. Making sure this doesn't form a ski jump. So make sure you don't pinch. In other words, you don't have an undercut from here to here. A lot of people go this way and this way, and it's like they're pinching the crown. And it looks like it's fatter in the middle and skinnier at the bottom. Make sure you don't let that happen. And the way you avoid that is you hold the burr straight up and down this way and work your way down. So you don't want to see down there underneath the burr, right there, on the right next to it. That's a micro undercut right there, internal undercut right there, corner. So we want to just remove that by focusing on the area above it to remove that kind of pinching effect. Okay. Parabolic shape. And when I'm done, all the blue should be gone in the lower part. If you're down here far enough, it's not affecting the lingual clearance. You see how I left a rectangle above that? That wasn't by mistake. Okay. using the edge, dragging up. And then we can deal with this little part too. Okay, 1, 2.
They are separate.
No, I thought it's included in the kit.
Yeah.
Okay, guys? Maybe a little tight on the draw on those corners. It looks okay.
Doctor, do we need to measure like the mesial and distal appearance with the...
I've got the 8877 burr. And you notice that it's touching the axial wall and the finish line at the same time. Because we're just working on the chamfer. So that's all cool, right? So far so good? Now, when we start to go towards the transition, this is a shoulder, this is a chamfer. We're going to take the burr and remove it from the axial wall. So I want you to look at this area right here and notice how it does not get touched. And when we get to the middle of the contact, we lift the burr up. So on this whole section, it's axial wall, chamfer, business as usual. When we approach the contact area, we leave the axial wall with the tip only touching the finish line. Yeah, see all that blue in there is not being touched. And then when we reach the point of aesthetic concern, the middle of the contact, we'll lift the burr completely. Chamfer, shoulder bevel, shoulder. Capiche?